welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's topic is goals. It's the start of a new year. This seems like the right topic to be discussing with everyone. So, should you be setting goals? Did you set your goals? What are the benefits of having goals? What if I'm not a planner? I feel that setting goals is overrated. All those topics will be discussed today. First, what is goal? As it comes to your life, when you look at your life, you have various departments of your life. You have your health and fitness, personal development, financial department, and the list goes on. Without goals, it's hard to tell what you're aiming at. For example, if I have no goals for the financial department of my life, when I work and I earn an income, I'll just spend it on whatever, because I have no goals. If there's no goals, then I just spend as I choose, right? Or I do whatever I want to do with the money. However, if I have a goal, for example, say I have a goal to buy a house, then when I get my money for my income, I would know that, well, one of my goals is to get a house, so a percentage of my income is going to go towards saving towards that goal. And goals help you and aid you with information in your everyday decision making. For example, if I had a goal that I wanted to lose 10 pounds. Let's just say that's a goal. It aids my decision making in my everyday life because now I have to be conscious of what I'm eating. When I go to the grocery store, I have to be conscious of what I'm taking up, what I'm shopping, what I'm purchasing to eat. So goals is not a bad thing, because some people are like, I'm not a planner, goals is restrictive. No. Goals allows you to embrace and achieve whatever you want, because the thing about it is that you are the one that is setting your own goals. No one is forcing a goal on you. So that's the good part, because when you create a goal, you're just saying to yourself, well, I think this is what I want for this department of my life, and this is the game plan to achieve it. So goals help aids in your everyday decision making, and it helps you to achieve whatever you desire, or to live the life that you desire or dreams of. So when it comes to goals for myself, my first step is writing it down. So I write down what the goal is. My second step is to answer this question: why do I want to achieve this goal? The next step is, what are the barriers that I can see that could prevent me from achieving this goal? The next question that I ask myself is, what is the overall game plan of achieving this goal? And finally, describe success. What does success look like for this goal? And I find that having those questions answered helps me once I start working towards that goal. What's the importance of why? The why is important because sometimes when you're working on a goal, you'll get overwhelmed. You're like, why am I doing this? I don't want to do this anymore. And when you look at your why, it reminds you of the reason that you decided that you wanted to achieve this. So that's the reason of the why. And you have to make sure that your why is strong enough. It's something that you want for yourself, that you see for yourself. And that you're not just doing it because that's what someone else wants you to do. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're living the life that you desire and that you dream of, and not just someone else's hopes or desire for your life. The other item that I mentioned was the overall game plan. So the overall game plan is actually, how are you planning to achieve this goal? So if you have a goal, this is the goal. What is your game plan to make progress towards this goal? Because that's a tricky question though, because sometimes when you have a goal, you don't have the full plan of how you'll achieve that goal. And I would say that's fine. But even if you don't know the full picture for the goal, do you know the first step towards moving towards that goal? And if you do, write that down. Because as you make small baby steps, you'll see that you're moving towards the goal. So you do the first thing that you know, that you think is the first thing to do. Once that is done, you ask yourself the question, what is the next right step to move me towards this goal? Then you complete the next right step, and then you keep asking yourself a question until you hit the completion of that goal. Because not all the time you'll actually have the fully detailed plan of achieving the goal. So don't let that stop you from creating your goals and moving towards it. Baby steps. If you continue moving, you'll get there. And another thing that I want to mention about the game plan is the reason why the game plan is important is because I don't want your goals to go into the someday land. Someday land. You may be wondering, what is a someday land? The someday land is the land where you have a dream, you have a desire, and you keep telling yourself, someday I'm definitely going to do that. You know, it's been 5 years, someday, totally going to do that. Yeah, the someday land. You want to make, because how having the game plan prevents you from going into the someday land is because for sometimes when you have a goal and you're thinking that I'm going to do it someday, for sometimes, you know, you just don't know how to go about achieving the goal. But having the first step written down can assist you here. You do the first step, the next step, and then you keep making progress. So that's the idea behind having an overall game plan of achieving the goal. The barriers was another area that I mentioned earlier. So the idea behind the barriers is that we all know what works for us and what doesn't work for us. And what are the barriers, whether it's personal or external barriers, that you can foresee while you're on the journey to completing this goal? And writing them down, and not just writing down the barriers, but what is your game plan to overcome those barriers as well. So having that document helps you on your way to achieving your goal as well. And the final thing I mentioned was describing what success means. The idea behind this is if you're working towards a goal and you don't know what the end looks like, it's hard to achieve that goal. But when you have a clear description to say, when these things happen, this goal is complete, it gives you something to work towards. It allows you to track your progress towards your goal and to know the end result. So those are some of the key components when I am creating a goal. So hope that was helpful for you, and hope this will help you to, create goals and just baby steps and just go after your goals and just make small progress towards it. Because for goals as well, another thing with my goals, so once I create my vision board each year, I document the details of my goal. The other thing I normally do is I assign months and timelines to goals. So for example, if I had maybe 5 goals this year, I'm like, okay, based on the priorities of these goals, maybe in the first January to February to March, I will be working on this goal, or for some goals, it will take multiple years based on what the goal is. For those goals, I'm like, okay, these are the months that I'm going to focus on this, and, just having a plan of how you're planning to achieve it. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be the person that you would fire if you had hired that person to do a job. You don't want to be that. No one wants to be that. What do I mean by that? Well, think about it. If you say you have a goal to create an ebook, and you had a goal to create an ebook, and you hire someone to create the ebook for you. If they are working towards the ebook, or what the steps that they're taking towards the ebook, it's the same as the step that you're taking towards a current goal that you have right now, would you fire that person? If your answer is yes, then I encourage you to do a retrospective of what's going on there. Because if you would fire someone that is doing the same thing that you're currently doing, then there's a problem. So, don't, because no one wants to be the person that they would fire if they hire them. So I would say, adjust the situation, have a game plan, figure out what's going there, how can you optimize things. And as always, have a wonderful day, because success belongs to you. Take charge now. See you in the next video.